Hi, Dave Stevens here for the Disability Channel, and this is an honor for me to be right next to Larry Fitzgerald. Not just a great football player, but such a great man off the field. And I know your father. I go way back with your dad, and I know he's instilled a lot of virtues, and also your mother, Carol. I mean, it's been a great story to watch you turn into the man you are, and I just want to say thank you for this opportunity.
Oh man, I'm glad I got a chance to meet a hero like yourself, and it makes it extra special to know you had some of your better years in Minnesota, just similar to me.
Well, we go back. I used to watch you at Mankato and running around, and you always seemed like you were thirsting for knowledge. You seemed like you were always chirping at Denny Green and trying to find out things. I mean, if Larry Fitzgerald could meet the Larry Fitzgerald that was the ball boy now, what would you say to him about what has happened in your life?
I'd just say just, live every day as is your last, enjoy the moment. There's opportunities, they never last forever. So, I would just say just appreciate every moment you get. I think a large reason why I'm here today is because of the experiences I had as a child and being able to watch some of the greatest athletes do it, practice and nutrition, how they take care their families and their bodies and all the things that they do outside of the field too as well. I mean, it really helped me tremendously as I went into college and obviously as a professional.
And your quest for knowledge away from the game. I mean, what are you up to now? 100 countries? How many countries have you been to?
Yeah, I'm at 100 now, and I really enjoy traveling. It's one of the few things that you can do that you spend money that actually make you rich. It enhances your life and experiences and gives you a much better perspective about the things that are going on in the world. And it's great to be able to do that. And I love him. And what makes me even more excited is my children are starting to kind of get into it. My son Devin, he turned 10 last year, and so now every year I let him pick a place that he wants to go. This year he picked Dubai, and so I make him give me all the background on it. How long has it been a country, and what is their largest imports and exports, and I want them to tell me why you want to go experience these places. And so it's great to be able to see that their interest is being piqued as well.
And for you, I mean, your knowledge and the thirst for your knowledge continues. I mean, it has taken you to countries that many people haven't ever been to. I think you've been to Antarctica, where there's been 100,000 people. I mean, what was that like?
It was always something else on my bucket list, but it's not easy to get there. And I didn't want to sail across the Drake Passage. I don't have my sea legs are not any good, and
Better than my sea legs, right?
I don't think so. I don't think so. If that boat is rocking, I'm having a hard time. I don't care if I'm on the lake, up here in Havasu or something. If the boat is right, I just don't deal with it too well. So we had to fly over to Drake and get there, and it was a wonderful, wonderful time. I mean, you feel like you're stepping on ground that no man has ever been on. When you venture off the beaten path, and it was an experience I'll never forget. And I had my coldest barbecue there. I mean, I never had a barbecue in under 10 degrees before. That was the first time. I mean, as soon as you took it off the grill, it was cold. And but it was fun. It was a lot. I learned a lot, and I would recommend it to anybody.
I got to get you up to my hometown for your passport up in Wickenburg. You got to come up there and enjoy some Mexican food up there with me.
Wickenburg before.
Have you?
Yeah,
All
I
right.
played the golf course, Wickenburg Ranch up there. I played the golf course.
Throws it pass into the end zone. Touchdown! Larry Fitzgerald.
Now, as you reflect on your career and everything, obviously, you're going to be wearing that jacket in Canton one day, and I know your acceptance speech is going to probably be the longest because I know you're going to be thanking everybody, Chris Carter, Randy Moss, all your coaches. Do you look ahead to what you've done now and what's going to happen in your future, or do you just kind of I know you're big about time.
No, I always completely stay in the moment. I have 9 games guaranteed left for the season, regular season games, and I'm going to enjoy it and embrace it and just not lose sight of how fortunate I am, because ever since I was a little kid, 4, 5, 6 years old, playing ball in the backyard with my dad, this has been my dream, and to be able to live it, for 15 years, I pinch myself still, just how fortunate I am. So every single day I come in here, I get a chance to work with some unbelievable people, and some people I'll be speaking to for the rest of my life. So I just try to take it all in stride and embrace the moment.
And your mother, Carol, was such an important, integral part of your life, and she continues to still be. I've seen you've got her driver's license, and I've seen the commercials about the phone calls and something like that. And I watch you in the game sometimes, and you're talking, and it's just like, what does that still give you? What does it do to you that really helps Larry Fitzgerald continue to fight out there?
Well, I mean, we're all products of our environment. My parents provided a wonderful upbringing for us. It was a great combination of, love and affection and, some tough love. I had to learn some hard lessons, and, they always were there to help me and enrich our lives. And I think that's what it's all about as a child, when you have parents that are fully invested in you and try to give you every single opportunity that you ask for, and, make sure that you appreciate it, and they allow me to grow. And it's something I'm so thankful for, and I always try to make sure I honor my mother's hard work and her vision of being a role model and being somebody that's respected in my community. And obviously my dad is still working hard up in the Twin Cities, trying to deliver the news and the sports world, and I'm proud of him and what he's been able to accomplish.
And you have, and as a guy without legs, I appreciate hands. I love hands, right? So your hands are magic. I mean, I've seen you in high school leaping up one hand, and all the catches you've made that people don't realize, just happen in practice. What you do, the efforts that you make in practice is the same way that you play. And I just wonder, how did you develop these things to turn into the amazing tools that they are?
Well, I'll be honest. I mean, God gave me a gift to be able to catch. I was a youngster, always had, better hands than most. I work hard at it, but, I would be lying if I told you I did anything special. I just have an ability to be able to track the ball, and I'm fortunate for that. It's like Joe Mauer hitting a baseball. You can practice all you want. You're not gonna be able to hit a baseball like Joe Mauer, and that's sometimes God just gives you a gift.
And you grew up watching guys hanging out with Puckett. Your dad's around Michael Jordan, all these kind of people.
Kevin Garnett, and you can go on and on down the list of the guys. I was extremely fortunate to be able to watch and witness it.
But I know you're a lot like me, and your role models were your coaches, your parents, the people that taught you. Is there the people that really stick out in your mind still to this day that instilled in you what made you inside?
Well, yeah. I mean, you have so many people that invest in you and continue to pour in you when you're young, from guidance counselors to teachers to coaches to, my mother and father's friends who pick us up from school or, watch us and take care of us when, my mom and dad were doing things, other things of importance. So, I mean, it really takes a community to raise a child. It takes a village to raise a child, and I'm a product of that.
And this career, as it winds down, you're in twilight. Have you made a decision yet? Do you know what you're going to do next year? Where you want to be and what's going to happen?
No, never made any decisions. Like I said, I'm just completely focused and engaged in what I'm doing here. I love what I'm doing, and when it ends, it's going to end. But talking about it prematurely is not going to do me any good.
And you do so much for the community. You visit hospitals. You help with the food pantries. You do so many things. The breast cancer awareness, things that you do. What is going to be the legacy of Larry Fitzgerald?
Well, hopefully, as I transition into my next career, I'm able to continue to build and grow the legacy that I've started. I think I've done a okay job thus far, but there's things I can definitely improve on, and that's how I'm wired. I'm never content with anything. I'm always looking for new ways to improve and be better father, better athlete, better teammate, better spouse. Everything that you can improve on, I want to improve on, and that's kind of my mindset as I approach the end.
And you've done so well with wide receiver, then to slot, and now people, they rave about what an amazing blocker you are, Richard Sherman. I've seen you guys collide, and you're not a trash talker, but you make great blocks, and you're constantly evolving your game. What type of inner fortitude that you have to continue to evolve as you have gone from, running out and then become over the middle, and then that extra yard and the efforts that you give?
Well, I think as your career, you're constantly evolving, and you're fighting new challenges, and people's critiquing of you, and so you always have to find a way to kind of reinvent yourself and make sure that you're able to be an asset to help your team. And as I've gotten older, I've been asked to kind of expand on those things, and I'm continue to grow and do what my coaches asked me to do to try to be a positive force on my club.
Is it still fun?
Yeah, I have a great time. It's no fun losing, but being around the young guys and trying to be somebody they can emulate and try to lead by example, it's still fun and enjoyable.
And I'd say for you, knowing you, I'd say, is the hardest loss harder than the greatest win?
Yeah, I mean, the wins are great, but in the National Football League, it's almost as it's a reprieve to the next week, because you work so hard to to put yourself in position. It's a great payoff to be able to get a win, but then you're always like, man, we got a tough one coming to town, or we're on the road against such and such. So it's just, you get that 24 hours to kind of celebrate and be happy about it, but then you want to get back and make the adjustments, then fix the things you did wrong, and try to get prepared for the next team you're playing.
And the last loss, I think, that was most effective for me and for you, with 2 minutes, you have the lead, you make this great play in Pittsburgh, and suddenly it's taken away from you. And that's why I say, is that the ultimate loss for you?
No, it's a game. I mean, those guys play better than us down the stretch, and they deserve to win. And that's how it goes sometimes. It's that's sports. That's what makes it the greatest game. I believe in the world is so much suspense and so many different things turning, moving, and changing throughout the course of the game, and that was one of them.
This is the ball boy from the Minnesota Vikings back in the day. He's kind of played a little football, and he's done well. Just thank you so much for spending a little time with me, man. It's an honor, and just the best of luck to you with everything that you do and your continued success for the rest of your life.
I appreciate it, and same to you.
All right.
Take care of yourself.
Larry Fitzgerald doesn't get any better than this. Back to you.